We all make mistakes. I gave money to be in a program with a guy whose ethics I was somewhat not in love with, but I thought he had a lot to offer me. Well, he ended up, and it was not a cheap program, and there's other people in it. I told him his content was actually trash. All he would talk about was how you could get rich with your stupid trading your watches and showing them off, or cars, or women who obviously mistreating them is the way to go. He wasn't really that bad with the women, but now that I see him more clearly, he mistreats everyone. So this guy's out there, he's a public figure, and all he does is talk about how to be super successful, and he'll hypnotize you into it. So this program's supposed to include weekly calls. I told him his calls were not giving me any value, and as a result, I got kicked off. I could no longer go to the calls. Well, I must have really deflated his ego balloon, because since then, that was April, he's barely produced any content, and he's ceased doing the calls altogether for the rest of the group. He's not giving me a refund, so I'm not going to give his name because there may be action that I have to take. But he was supposed to do weekly calls. He promised the value. He doesn't deliver it because he's not coming from the heart and from authenticity. And it catches up to you. So the reason I'm saying all of this is Katie Clark produced a similar video. She's been around a lot less time and doesn't do the advertising, build an organic following. Why? By the way, I absolutely love Katie Clark. If you ever see this, your content is brilliant. Because she is speaking from the heart, you can tell. She's doing it out of love, not out of trying to get rich quick, not out of trying to scam people. Her content is very, very real. So they're producing very similar content. She has between 10 and 100 times as many views as he does, and like 50 times to 100 times as many likes. Because her stuff is something I'd be comfortable sharing. Her stuff is something that I'm comfortable. Now, what she says and what I say, it's similar. And so a lot of the things that I know, she says, but it really, really helps for me to hear it from someone else. It really helps for me to deepen my understanding, to hear it from another angle, to hear it from another heart. I probably, because we're all different, I have a more body-based approach. That's the nature of what I am. Working on people's bodies for 20 years and having that connection, plus having whatever my own issues are, has really gotten me to look into the body and its relationship. So my angle would be slightly different than hers. But we're both coming from our truth, from our authenticity, and for our purpose being served in whatever way. And I guess this clown, I'm sorry I'm calling him a clown, but if you knew who he was, you would be like, yeah, this clown. I guess I'm a clown, I gave him the money. This gentleman is inauthentic. And because of that, right now, he is struggling and failing because he really is a masterclass in over-promising and under-delivering and not caring about it. And I know this from being in practice. My goal, I told the patient this yesterday, and I live up to this. My goal is to give people more than they expect when they come in. Not like give a bigger treatment or anything like that. My goal is to have them feeling better than they knew they could. So that's my goal. Now, if you come in with, let's say, back pain and whatever else and stress and blah, 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 usually it'll be like back pain or neck pain. And then I will say, what is your stress? Because they don't even know that there's that relationship. And they walk out feeling lighter, happier. The back pain is better or gone. I show them movements in order to keep it better. I give them more than they could ever expect or want because that's value and that reflects my values. Under promise and over deliver. And this gentleman lives by overpromising and under-delivering. So I've learned a few lessons. Now, a lot of people would kick themselves. There'd be regret. There'd be a lot of anger, and their anger would be turned inward. I can't do that, because what does that do to help me get better? I made a mistake. I'll be more discerning. Was it an expensive lesson? Of course. Do I expect to get my money back? Of course. Am I going to be patient about it? I have no choice. As I say, and people who know me well know this, I can't fight reality, because that's fighting myself. I will only lose. It's only pain. Reality's here to teach me. It's here to get me to grow. There's things I have to do that I don't have to like. Later on, I will love them. But at the time, oh, certainly, there's resistance. So seeing that resistance shows me where I'm still holding the fear. This is fine-tuning. This is calibration. This is stepping into flow. This is stepping into life. This is opening. One of the key components, and people don't talk about this, is ethics. So a lot of times, if I like or don't like something, will it follow my own ethics? So I can use that now as a compass, because I don't want to hold lies. I don't want to hold not truth. I don't want to cause harm, and I want to act from a place of wholeness, love, and authenticity for the greatest good. At times, I do cause harm, and that's where the ethics come in. Even when I'm working on people, I hurt them. If I'm releasing a muscle, you're going to feel it. If you're doing certain movements, your body will give you pain. We are working through the shadow, both physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. I guess that's not both. So yeah, you're going to feel it. You're going to feel the pain that you pushed away. You may feel the ripples. You may be uncomfortable for a little while, and I will be partially responsible for that, and I own that, because it's within my ethics of my intent. And my intent is only the best for the person I'm with, through me, in service of. Anyhow, it's all through love. I hope you have a great day.